Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello, my mermaids and mermaids. Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle reading. Thank you, as always, for being here. My name is Priscilla, and I am not any tarot reader. You may be wondering why that is my slogan, and that is because I predict the cards and the cards come out. I have over 2,000 videos in my channel that you can feel free to go and check out because the proof is in the pudding. My friends, I read in English and in Spanish, so I invite you to go and check out those readings, okay? With Spanish subtitles, learn a little Spanish and get more messages, all right? You guys also check out your placements. Okay, in Google, there's ways that you can do that, and like that, you can get more messages, more clarifications, okay, in seeing the readings for your other placements. So, for the angel answer cards, which is how I begin for whatever questions you might have on your mind, you have the card of trust, okay? Right now, trust may be very significant to you. Maybe you lost trust within yourself, within the people that you thought you can trust. And so, right, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We have to learn from our mistakes to know who we should and should not trust. And they're also letting you know, the reason why they're letting you know to trust yourself in particular is because you're ready. All right, there might have been something you may have stalled yourself in taking action towards because maybe you weren't ready, it wasn't God's perfect timing, whatever have you. Okay, but now you're ready. Okay, so we might see the Fool, we might see the World, we might see a lot of Wands because I just feel like you need to move and keep moving. All right, we are I'm also going to call your attention, you guys, to this side of the screen. You will see things that pop up. These are protection bracelets, regular jewelry, things that I have picked. So all you need to do is with your phone, scan that QR code, and it'll take you directly to whatever store that bracelet or whatever item you're interested in. Okay, it will take you directly there. You know, you may be interested in other things there, but you know, it's something that I want to recommend to you. All right, we are going to, what else I want to share with you? Oh, I also now have memberships on the channel, and I wanted to thank so many of you for sending out such beautiful messages that I literally was crying as I've shared. I read in English and in Spanish. So my Spanish audience has really made me cry, sending beautiful messages. I am a 2-time award-winning actress, counselor, and inventor. And so I invite you to my Instagram. I also invite you to my IMDB page so you to check out my red carpet events and my movies. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to check your energies and see what's going on. And then I don't take the cards, you guys, so I would suggest you forward when I'm shuffling, but not when I'm doing the 5 parts because you miss out, all right? When we do money and career, love, oracle messages, and all that good stuff. What do we have for Aries, please? The Aries reading in Spanish is already up, so you can go and check that out, as I mentioned, for more messages. The number 42 might be significant. 4 means stability. 2 means just coming together with another person for whatever reason. All right. It says here, gratitude, present joy, unexpected blessings. So you have unexpected blessings that are coming in. You already have them, as we see here with the card of you already being ready and to trust. Trust you, trust the universe, trust whatever you believe in, that things are going to come to pass for you, right? Sadness does not last forever. The hurdles of life do not last forever. What do we have for Aries? And you have spiritual knowledge. I feel like you may have felt a little bit disconnected. The world isn't easy right now, and so we can lose hope and faith easily, but they're telling you to reconnect. The number 29 might be significant. Again, 2 is connecting with someone. 9 is abundance. Okay, so there is abundant blessings coming towards you. Abundance, remember that it's not just money, right? It could be people that come into your life abundantly to help you, and they might have the abundance that you need. All right, what do we have for Aries? Also, you guys, check out my Amazon store. I have everything there by categories. I recently did a Saint Benedict protection video. As you may or may not know, mirrors are portals. And in the Spanish culture, as well as probably other cultures, we try and protect ourselves from negative entities coming in through mirrors, windows, and doors. And this is how the medallion looks. It comes in a little bag. I have it in under my esoteric items on my Amazon shop. Buy it. At the end of every video, I leave the egg ritual, which is another very important video to protect your energies. And this video for you to protect your homes. I walk you through everything. I always leave it at the end of all my readings. All right, so check that out. And it says, embrace both light and dark. True balance comes from embracing both light and shadow. Both are necessary for growth. I feel like you're going through a moment of growth. Okay, there might be a tower and death moment, because those things are very, very important. All right, and then I just want to check your love oracle just to see what's going on. And it says you don't need the closure, you need your clarity. All right, if you went through a situation in love, remember that love could be with friends, family. You don't need closure. Okay, you can move on. All right, you just need to gain clarity. All right, and the reason why it talks about clarity is because, you know, when we go through something, we're left very clouded, right? Not knowing what to do, not knowing, you know, how to move forward. I'm going to do 6 cards, all right? I've already called the cards that I feel will come out based just on the energy and my intuition. I do use this cup to channel messages. So when they attack me, they attack me. I cannot tell spirit to stop. All right. We saw there was a little bit of, you know, unbalance in your life, right? Things that aren't really balanced right now. Nonetheless, you are receiving your blessings and the things that you need to receive that are important in your life. Okay, but we have Temperance here. This is Sagittarius energy. Right now, you're really experimenting with different things. All right, trying to see, do I do this? Do I do that? What's best for me? Not necessarily for the people who attack you, right? But what is best for you? How do I gain the patience to be able to move forward, to be able to listen to what's going on around me, right? Because those are our indicators that are telling us this is what you need to do and how you need to do it, right? We can call on the universe, and that's fantastic. But remember that there are also people in our lives that can help us, okay? We don't need to just focus, and the universe sends them, right? God sends them. And the reason why you're doing this is because you have a 7 of Cups. You have here a lot of options that are going to be coming your way, all right? That's the reason why you're ready. That's the reason why Spirit is telling you you're ready. You weren't before, right? You might have been looking at things from a different perspective because this is a 7, right? And keep in mind that the number 7 means looking at things from a different perspective. It's kind of the equivalent of the Hangman. All right, so you're going to have choices, but remember that everything that glitters isn't gold, and do not judge a book by its cover. Really inform yourself and have the strength to not be embarrassed to ask, okay? Be also careful with your attitude, with the way that you express yourself. You are a fire sign, all right? So try to tame the line within and be careful with how you say things. Try and be diplomatic. Try and be kind, because the last thing you want is to go into a battle with anybody, particularly when you are making choices and trying to see what is best for you, right? Remember that when we come across people, not everybody is going to be our best friend, right? Not everybody is going to support us. Then we're going to have people, right? Some are good and some aren't. We see their faces, but we don't see their hearts, who might tell us, oh, wow, I'm so happy for you, when in reality, that's not the case. All right, you guys, so be very mindful of that and find your strength. Finding your strength right now is extremely important. And this is your fellow Leo energy, right? 7 of Cups, we have Cancer. We have Sagittarius, yeah. There is something that, you know, has ended for better or worse, right? But you're chilling. You're not really bothered by what this ending is. It's almost like you wanted it to end. This could have been a job that you were in, right? And you were like, I want to get out of here. And I really don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't want to be in this friendship. I want to step away from this family member, right? I want to stop thinking these negative thoughts. Whatever that might be, it's over and you're fine. This is not an over that you didn't want to. This is an over you wanted, okay? This is the type of over that you were seeking, okay, to get to a better place, right? And now with the Five of Swords, you know, you are paying attention to your surroundings, okay? Always looking out, being mindful of people's good intentions or not, like we just spoke about, right? But you are looking out for yourself, for the people that you love. You're staying focused in the things that you need to do, all right? There might be a little bit of competition around you, but you're going to know how to work your way around that. You're not going to pay it any mind, okay? You're really not. And with the Two of Cups, there might be people, particularly very strongly in love, coming towards you, right? People who are compatible with you, people who are like-minded people who you are going to be very happy to work with, be with, okay? If somebody romantically has left your life, as I can see that, you know, you might have needed closure. You thought you needed closure right in the beginning, but really what you needed was clarity. You are coming together with people who are going to support you and be there for you. Not just people who are in your life to take away and not give you. You have the Ace of Swords, and they're telling you with your shadow card to ask yourself, what truths am I becoming aware of? Okay, I told you be aware of your surroundings, because you are. Okay, you are kind of a little bit on defense mode, not negatively, but because we all need to be, right? We can't trust everything that we come in contact with. All right, but they're also telling you to be curious. Okay, there might be somebody who you may not be with, again, not necessarily romantically, but very strongly, that may be just watching you still, right? Curious, watching your social media, whatever. You might be also very curious when it comes to learning something, all right? Curious about different things, curious about doing new things, curious about tapping within yourself to see what else is in there, right? What else can you do that you're good at? And possibly, you know, make money out of it, all right? But very, very curious. And they're not telling you that's a bad thing, all right? It's very good to be curious, because when you're curious, you really learn a lot. I'm a very curious person, and I'm constantly learning. All right, what do we have for Aries? Authority. And it says, clashes with the boss or challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. That's why it came out, and I told you in the beginning, Aries, try not to be, pick your battles, they're telling me. All right, try not to be confrontational. Try to be diplomatic, relax, because this is a boss that you're really clashing with. All right, and you know, that person might be another fire sign. You're a fire sign. And it might just be this back and forth, very uncomfortable situation. That no matter what you say, you're not being understood. You're not, if you give an idea, whoever you're dealing with isn't being open-minded to do things the way that you are suggesting, right? You can't even go up to this person and say, hey, you know, I feel like I need a raise for this X, Y, and Z reason. They're not trying to hear you, all right? That's why not only do you have to be careful with this boss, but you need to be careful with people who go to your boss with things that aren't true. Okay? Every battle shouldn't be fought. You can walk away from things. One more, please. All right, and you have here fruits of labor. You could have been extremely working really, really hard. You know, maybe you're older and you're already planning for retirement. It says it's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. Rich gain is here. All right. So there might be like a lot of doors, opportunities that are opening up for you. In addition to the fact that you may have planted your seeds a long time ago, and now you see the fruits of your labor, right? You worked hard all of your life. You're probably near retirement, and you're going to be fine, okay? Wellness, all right? Ensure your body is nourished. Join a gym and regain strength. Like, live a healthier lifestyle, okay? If you're not already joining a gym, they're asking you to do so just to gain more physical energy. If you did and you stopped, that's fine, but just make sure you go back, all right? Because sometimes we do join and life gets in the way. But they're telling you it doesn't even have to be the gym. It could be that you're working around your house, but that you're constantly physically moving, all right, so that you maintain that energy. All right, we are moving on to love. What do we have for Aries? All right, emotions overwhelming. This could be you or them. Take it as a resonate. Right now, I'm not feeling, I usually do feel, one party in particular, but I feel like it's both of you. All right, this might feel like a lot of battles since we did see the Five of Swords, but this can also be something that just ended, all right? And now this person is just with the Ten of Swords, and this person is just feeling like, man, did I mess up? Could I have done better, all right? And emotions, we don't turn off love from 1 minute to the other, right? Just because we break up or we have an argument, right? Love is love. There might be somebody, a situation that ended up at a police station, all right? You having to file a police report. This may be, and I hate to say these things, but I have to say them as my guys are telling me. This could have been like an abusive relationship where you couldn't take it and you ended up having to go to the police, right? I'm hoping that is not the case, but something happened in your love life that required for you to speak to the authorities, something relating to that. What do we have for Aries, please? Do you still think about me? Yeah. So this person, could have really messed up, either one of you, but I feel like it's more this person that is letting you know, it wants to know, do you think of them regardless of what happened, right? Sometimes people call the police on each other, then they go back together. So a lot of us looking from the outside in sometimes don't even take those things personally, all right, or take them to be so serious, because at the moment people are sad, they're calling this and that, and then only to get back together and be fine. But I'm wishing you guys the best. I hope this isn't the situation. Oracle messages for Aries. Choose yourself. You are allowed to come first, all right? So this confirms it could have been something ugly, and now they're telling you to choose yourself, all right? Because you have to, I always tell everybody that you need to put yourself first, okay? Sometimes when we go through heartache and all that stuff, that is the very first thing we realize. Sometimes we realize it and we move through with it and we make those changes. Sometimes we don't, right? And it takes us a longer time to realize our worth. All right, it says, make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have a better and brighter days ahead. All right, because you do, right? Pain doesn't last forever. It's almost like emotions. Emotions don't last forever, not even the happy emotions, right? All right, and you have the fallen star. The number 38 might be significant. 3 coming together with your community. 8, a lot of change. And it says, shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. All right, maybe this was a person who really robbed you of your identity, who didn't let you shine your light. And now when they're finally gone, you feel differently, right? And you have more motivation to move on and do better things. All right, you guys, let's look at initials. Sometimes my guys don't always give me the names, but they're giving me the name Philip. And the last name Bartholomew. That is insane. That spirit, because I would never come up with something like that. So these are your initials, and we're gonna check out more signs. You have Sagittarius, your fellow fire sign, Capricorn, Earth, and Aries, yourself, fire. All right, you guys, this has been your reading. Remember that when we give, God gives us right back tenfold. So it doesn't cost anything to like, share, and subscribe, to hype my video. Somebody hyped my video the other day and I was so happy and so grateful. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting my channel. Remember to live in love and harmony. One love, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.